Hi, it is a beautiful night. It is 47 degrees out. How are you? So this is my pre-video to my post video that is going to be tonight. Um, I've been up. Andrew kept me up for 2.5 hours recently. We just got off the phone. He made me better. I had a really bad day. I like an anxiety attack for like 6 hours, which is not the funnest thing ever because it feels like your chest is collapsing. That was not okay. I didn't go to school today because of that. And it's coming back. The medicine is wearing off, so that's always great. But I wrote a poem, and I wanted to share it with you. And it was sort of about today, I guess, and just things that I've been hearing recently. And I'm stressed out of my mind, so here's this poem. I will send it to you in, Word, because, it's the way it's set up. You'll probably recognize the pattern through my voice, but there's a pattern, and I liked it. I don't know, I thought about it. Okay. They tell me not to worry, as if they can weave in and out of the quilted thoughts that they think are running through my head, as if I was running. I'm frozen. I'm frozen with the anxiety that is the future. The future. This abstract concept of what lies ahead soon to be left behind. Am I breathing or gasping? They tell me things will all work out in the end, as if the end was everything everyone has ever worked for, as if the end was guaranteed happiness. I'm smart. I'm smart enough to know that people kill themselves not because of the future, but because of the past. The past, this abstract concept of what lies behind, always to be left behind. Am I looking or seeing? They tell me things will get better, as if the action better was even remotely good enough, as if bad were a one and if better was a guaranteed two, and that is good enough. I'm clever. I'm clever enough to know that no matter how much you believe in destiny and fairy tales, there are no happy endings. Happy endings, an abstract concept of the end, always good. Am I living or dying? So, it's sort of morbid. Not really, but, deep, dark. I liked it a lot. So, I hope you like that. I want to follow up with your John Green ending, and, I don't think people should be asking John Green about the ending at all, because it's in the contract between an author and a reader that it's up to them. He owes that to us. He left us with this. It's sort of a crap ending. Like, you feel like crap. You don't know. And he does that with all of his books. You have to write your own story. And one of John Green's main focuses, I think, is to open up people's minds. I know he's opened my mind, and I greatly appreciate it, and I love him in his books because of it. That I feel smarter when I read them because I'm actually using parts of my mind that they don't actually focus on in school. I mean, they try. No, we don't have good teachers. But, so, this would be my ending. I agree with you for the most part. So, I think I want to, be more broad about it, I guess. Okay, so the book ends, and Hazel comes to the reality, and, she grasps the concept that, I don't know, she has closure. She now has closure with every part of her life. She has closure with her parents because she knows what her mom is doing in the future. She's going to have a job as helping cancer kids, everything. And she knows her dad's going to be alright. She knows things, about an imperial affliction. She knows, Augustus said what he had to say and needed to say, and she knows that now. And everything was really tied up with her life, and she knew that she was a bomb, and she knew that she wasn't going to live forever. And those were the things that she had to do and she needed to know. And by that time, by the very end of the book, that's what John Green gives us. He gives us all of the closure that Hazel Grace has and needs. And by that time, I have the closure that, I don't really have any more questions. I don't have any more deep questions about Hazel and her life, just as she didn't have any deep questions when it came to an imperial affliction. I'm asking when she died and how she died and what happened. And, but not how she died, and just as Hazel asking, what happened to, the hamster, you know what I mean? all of these questions are service questions that you don't actually need to know. And John Green gives us that. And so there were like, it was like 2 points in his books that he's like really trying to push there, that you don't really need that as a reader. But what you do need is to open your mind and realize what life is and what you need in life. And it's like, it really is. It's a metaphor beyond itself. It's like deep. So I think after Hazel has all of the closure, she does. So I think a few days after that, she dies. I don't think it's immediate. I don't think it's like her lungs crash. Like, no, I think it's just a few days after that she read that. She came to terms with everything. I think she said her goodbyes. I feel like she slowly started crashing. I don't think it was all at once. She said her goodbyes to her parents. Everything was said, everything was done, and she died peacefully. And it's nice. And that's really what I believe happened. And I don't know if that's what John Green believes, but that's what happens in my story. I think after that, after she dies, she meets August in the third space that is their telephone world, when they were talking on the telephone, and she felt like she was in this third space that no one else could enter. I think that's where she goes. And I think when her parents die eventually, I think that space becomes more broad, because I do feel like she would see her parents again. I feel like they run. I feel like her and Augustus run for a purpose. I don't know what that purpose is. I don't know if they're running to help children that are on the earth with struggles, and I don't know. I feel like they're sort of angels. But running was running was one of the things that they both couldn't do. Like, with him with his leg and her with her lungs. They couldn't run or jump or skip or do anything like that without being like they were disabled. And it's one of the simple things in life that I think they would do that, but they would do it for a purpose. Just like, it's like how Augustus didn't want to play basketball. He was not going to play basketball anymore. But I do feel like they run. I feel like that's something. And maybe they're not running. Maybe they're cycling around Amsterdam all by themselves in this third space. Maybe that's what this third space turns into. And maybe they're climbing perpetual, like, never-ending infinity steps. Maybe their little infinity is now steps, and they just climb all these steps together, and they have their death, and it's beautiful. I don't know. But I also think, here's just a little side note, sort of like the hamster, I think that Isaac dies like a year after Hazel does. I feel like that happens. I don't think the cancer goes away. But I think he joins Augustus and Hazel on their stairs or on their bicycles or in their jogs. I think he sees, and it's beautiful. Everything is beautiful in the end, and everything is okay. And yeah, so tell me what you think about the poem and my little analysis on the ending, and stay golden. I will see you tonight. Don't make it in between video. You're just gonna have to double it up, I guess. Like, whatever. Watch both of them and then make it up. You know, just like how the normal pattern goes. But yeah, so stay golden. Bye.